Are you in a hurry but just want that curry? Well, my curry in a hurry is oh, I'm embarrassed. So dumb. Are you in a hurry but you've just gotta have that curry? Well, good news. My totally vegan, oil-free, delicious curry in a hurry is for you. This one's got garbanzo beans and cabbage and peas. I'm in a hurry, so let's make some curry. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. If you're getting sick of my obnoxious intros to these videos, please let me know down below. But anyway, this is a super healthy curry. It's really fast to make. I'm gonna just blend up the sauce and we're gonna throw it on the stove. I'm all about getting in and out of the kitchen as quickly as possible. Anyway, enough talking about it. This is the sauce. 4 of these big vine-ripe tomatoes is what we're gonna start with. And I'm just gonna quarter them and throw them in the blender. That's it. You can half them. You really don't even need to quarter them. We'll just half them because it's a Vitamix and it's gonna do all the work for us. Okay. In addition to the tomatoes, I've got like this much ginger. Check it out. You don't have to be that exact, like I said. You can peel this if you want to, but I'm not really that worried about it because we're gonna be liquefying this thing in the blender, so just throw it in. I've also got half of a red onion that I just already had in the fridge. You can use a whole onion. I don't usually have half of an onion left over. I usually use the whole thing. But since this is what I had and it's curry in a hurry, let's do this. So then I've got a mild green chili. All I'm gonna do is top it. You can pull out the guts, but with these long skinny green chilies there isn't much, so we're just gonna like make it easier on the blender and cut it in half. The jalapenos, you can core out the center if you want to and use the knife and get out some of these seeds. That'll make it less spicy, but I'm gonna be honest, I often leave them in. I'm just showing you how I do it. Just take the knife and kind of core out the seeds and the guts and you're good to go. Throw it in. This one I'm just gonna top and we'll throw that in whole. The blender is gonna do the work. Oh, this onion. So I'll just quarter it like that, boom, you're done. Okay, what's next? I've got a beautiful array of spices. This is like a tablespoon of curry powder into the blender. Then I've got like 2 teaspoons of coriander powder. It does not have to be that exact, just throw it in. Then I've got like a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin seeds. If I wasn't doing curry in a hurry, I might toast these seeds on the stove first and do all that, but no, we're in a hurry. You can also use cumin that's already been ground up, maybe like a 1/2 teaspoon, a little less if you don't like a strong cumin flavor. I happen to love cumin. Then we've got a little bit of chili powder, whatever you like. This was one that I did find in the Indian market. It looks pretty nice. I used about a 1/2 teaspoon, but if you are worried about the heat, then use like a 1/4 teaspoon or none at all if you don't want, because we did put the jalapenos in. All right, then I've got like a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, and this is actually mango powder that I have about a 1/2 teaspoon of. It was my friend Harshdeep in the Well Your World Facebook group that got me onto mango powder, which I did find at the Indian market. So throw those 2 in, and then I've got like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. You know I like it garlicky. This is the pre-minced stuff, so it's a little bit less potent than fresh garlic. But again, all of these amounts just are generally close. You don't have to be exact. This is not a perfect recipe. And this is it. The blender is full. We're ready to blend it. Throw on the lid. You might need the plunger at first just to get the tomatoes going, and let's go. Crank it to 11. Okay, that's that. Our sauce is ready. We'll come back to that. I've got a whole monster head of green cabbage. Let's just cut it in half for starters. And then you see where this core is right here? We're going to cut a little triangle out and take out that core. See, simple, simple. Now just take your cabbage and we're just cut it into a couple of pieces and we're just going to shred this thing. You can do this in your food processor if you want with your slicer blade on there, but I'm just going to go at it with my knife because I'm well practiced. You should practice too, it's worth it. But all I'm doing is coming to a corner and using my fingers right here to guide my knife so that I don't cut any bigger pieces than I want, and I'm just shredding it nice and small. Okay, and that's that. Oh, pretty. Okay, throw it in a bowl. So this is kind of a big piece. That's a big loose leaf. You can get rid of that if you want. And then cut it into a smaller piece if you want, and then again, just start going at it. Turn it to another corner, go at it. It's gonna shrink down a lot in our curry, so I'm just doing this whole head of cabbage, and we'll just do it a bit at a time and we'll see what happens. That looks like a lot, I know. By the way, this is just 2 cans of garbanzo beans. No salt added garbanzo beans, 2 of the regular sized aluminum cans that I've rinsed and drained, and away we go. I also love this dish with potatoes. You could just dice up some potatoes, whatever size you like, pre-boil them so they're ready to go, and then I add them right at the end and you're done. So that's another option too if you prefer potatoes over the beans. This is a 1 pound bag, right? Yes, I've got a 1 pound bag of regular frozen peas. I've let them thaw, but you don't really have to. You can throw them right in frozen because you know, curry in a hurry. All right, last thing, optional garnish. You do not need this much cilantro. I just rinsed a whole bunch, so it looks like, anyway, we just need a couple tablespoons if you want to garnish with some cilantro to give it a little pop at the end. So I'm just gonna rough chop a little bit of cilantro. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay, we're at the stove and I am pouring this sauce right into a hot pan. It didn't need to be quite that hot, bro. What in the world? Okay, that was a little too hot. So what I was trying to do before I exploded it all over the stove was just heat it up to a boil on medium-high and then bring it down to a simmer and just let it sit for a couple minutes. You might need to keep stirring it if it's getting really thick, or else it's gonna keep splashing all over the place. It's good that it's thick because you're gonna add the cabbage and it's gonna water it down a little bit because the cabbage is gonna give off some water. It just needs a few minutes here to cook and the flavors will really pop. They'll be delicious. You want to cook those Indian spices as well as the green chili and the jalapeno because otherwise they taste just kind of raw and weird. So this is really going to help the flavor a lot. Okay, that's pretty spicy. This is getting super tasty, so I'm ready for cabbage. Let's start the cabbage going. So just start throwing in cabbage. Remember, it's gonna reduce in size. This is not a crazy amount of cabbage. You'll see. I'm just going for it. The whole head, boom. And then just start stirring it in and just watch. It's gonna start to loosen up and shrink. It's looking good. I'm gonna throw this lid on for like 2 minutes and let this cabbage cook down a little bit. Okay, I'm just giving this another stir. It's looking nice. You can see that it's staying nice and wet. The cabbage is giving off some water. All right, let's throw in the rest. Here go the garbanzos and the pound of peas. Yes, yes, yes. All right, give it another stir. Okay, looking good. Let's cover it again for fun for a couple minutes. Okay, our cabbage is softened nicely. I think this baby is ready to go. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, let's do this. Oh, nice. Now sprinkle on a little bit of that cilantro. It looks pretty and it tastes good too. Oh my. That's hot for a couple of reasons. One, it's really hot, which you know I love. And two, it is spicy. I put in the 2 jalapenos and the ground up chili powder. If you're too afraid of the spice, leave those 2 items out. But this is delicious. You should try it. It's super fast. Why it's called curry in a hurry. But if you are curry in an extra hurry, then I have this Well Your World bottled Indian everything sauce for sale on the wellyourworld.com website. I am shipping internationally. This sauce is delicious as a stir fry, as a salad dressing, as a dipping sauce, you name it. Totally SOS free, no added salt, oil, or sugar. And I've got a few other bottled sauces up there for sale as well. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.